photographers.com. Peter here, guys. How are you doing? It's been a while. I was away for a long time. At the end of 2019, I was so busy with 6 different projects, 3 product photography and wedding and stuffs, and sorry for that. I couldn't upload anything. I didn't have time. But now, in the beginning of 2020, now it is, I think today is 19th January. I have a new plan. I'm gonna have more time for you guys and record more useful videos and revealing the secrets of photography that maybe in no channel you can find. So make sure you check out my other videos if you can. Subscribe to our channel if you can. Comment on this video. Your opinion is very important to me. First, let me know what did you get from it, and if you're a pro, let me know how could I make the shot better. Today in this video we're gonna talk about Jack Daniel's shot that I did for Jack Daniel's. It was Jack Daniel honey bottle, and first in this video I'm gonna talk about the concept and then about a series of shots that I took, and I composite all of them in Photoshop, and I am gonna show you the post-production. I'm going to show you the pre-production. I'm going to talk about my concept, how I come up with this kind of stuff that maybe in product photography is a little bit different from others. I don't say it's good. That's why I need your comment. I want to get more comment about the new style that I'm kind of presenting, and it's very important to me. So make sure you tell me what you think. All opinion are welcome. And the third one, we're gonna talk about post-production, lighting, and then post-production. Okay, so Jack Daniel is the brand image is very strong. When I hold the bottle and when I taste the whiskey, so I always used to drink the normal Jack Daniel, I think number 7, no honey. And this one was very rich. The taste was really rich, and this is a whiskey you just pour and you, I don't know, you like to just sit and think, or I don't know, it's me, but it gave me a very deep feeling. The color tones that I had in my mind was definitely yellow. I shouldn't have gone with any different colors like blue or even brown that I saw in traditional Jack Daniel's shot they use. So I wanted to represent the characteristic of honey and how it tastes, and I just didn't want to put the bottle over the table, my photography table, and then just shoot. I wanted to angle the bottle to get a real reflection and refraction at the same time on my sheet that I have. Definitely you're looking at some of the time lapses of the pre-production that we had. I also had my sheet, the PVC sheet, like 30-40 degree angle on the bottom of the bottle, and then we glue the glass to that sheet, so it was angled as well because I wanted to do it different. I didn't want to have my camera 30 angle. I wanted to angle the sheet and the bottle, and it is totally in contrast. I mean, the angle of the bottle and angle of the honeycomb and the glass, totally they are in contrast, and I wanted that, and that contrast would give me different shadows and highlights, because I was just using two lights with snoot, right and left. We will talk about the lighting. Anyway, I have my note here. The concept is like, I want that grazy feeling, a little bit yellowish, and I wanted to represent a characteristic of honey, and at the same time keeping that strong brand image that Jack Daniel has, in terms of concept. Then series of shots, we shot the bottle, glass, then honeycomb. But it wasn't just that. Throughout the shoot, it always gets complex when you start shooting. First of all, make sure in your camera when you're doing product photography, you set your folder to test shot and actual shots, because just marking by star and funneling your raw shots, it really doesn't help that much in post-production. This is my workflow. Maybe in other video I'm going to talk about my workflow as well, but the shots was first the background. I have my laptop right here, so I'm reading from the folders that I have. I shoot the background by turning the lens to manual to get a lot of bokeh, to make it completely blurry. Yeah, you might say why you didn't do it in Photoshop, but there is nothing better than getting those effects optically through your lens. And then bottle only, and the honey leakage that we had on the bottle, that one of the reasons that I angled the bottle, it was because I wanted those leakages to be kind of angled as well. Definitely you see in a photo. And then the glass, and then honeycomb, and then the reflection of the bottle. So this is like a composite of 5 or 6 different shots with different f number, with different shutter speed. But ISO always for me, for this kind of shot should be 100 definitely. Why I'm talking about shutter speed? I'm talking about shutter speed because in the honey leakages, I wanted to get very crisp leakages on the bottle, but those leakages that they're coming and hitting the sheet, I wanted it motion blur effect. Even I used different shutter speed for different leakage that we had. We did it very quick, but it was one of the hardest product photography I have ever done in my life. Let's get into it. Let's talk about lighting a little bit. The background is the 5-in-1 reflector, whatever you call it, diffuser, and I just use the diffused surface of it. I put one flash speed light behind it, very close to the diffuser, or 5-in-1 diffuser, with the dome diffuser, because I wanted it very round, and I used gel to make it yellow. And then in the right hand side of the bottle, I have one snoot for the label, and in the left hand side I have another snoot with continuous light just for the bottle and lighting up the bottle. Throughout the shoot, definitely you are looking at the shots that I had for the bottle with another little light that I use. Let me go and get it. All right, I came back with a lot of stuffs. Okay, this is the light that I use to light up the whiskey, the liquid inside, with fake ices, and I just had it around the bottle to get different highlights, and then I used those composites in Photoshop in order to give a lot of depth to that liquid and make it look like melted honey actually. So the color tone that you see in the glass is real because I was using this with gel. So the concept and workflow should go hand to hand in order to get the best result. And also I use sometimes I use this flashlight that is really good, and for some leakages I had to use syringe. These little things for your photography, product photography, are really important. They are cheap, easy, but you need to come up with some sort of creative ideas to make your shot better and different. All right. In terms of the lighting, I told you, in terms of post-production, as you can see, we had a hard time to do the post-production because we had a little bit problem with the angled sheet with the honeycomb, and it was just it was just coming down, was just sweeping, and all the time I was sleeping down. And then in post-production I had to move it to the left because of the composition, and get that golden ratio that I always want to have in all of my work, even in wedding, even in portraiture. I want to have a golden ratio. Another video we'll talk about it. If you know already, let me know what you think about it. It was a fun shot, it was a hard shot, and I did it without assistant. One thing I forgot to tell you guys is the lens that I was using. For this kind of shot, I usually use 200 millimeter. I use Tamron for some reasons that I'm very happy with Tamron. Lens really matters. I was shooting kind of away from the product, away from my set, and it was 70 to 200 millimeter Tamron 2.8 f2.8 Mark II, which is a great lens, and it's great for portraiture, wedding. If you haven't watched my review about this lens, I put the link down in the description. And this is a great lens to use for product photography. It's highly recommended. You see, like well-known photographers, they just put a bottle on the table, and with ice, and this is it. And maybe a lot of post-production, changing the background. But when you do it on set, when people look at your photo, they realize that okay, the reflection cannot be fake, cannot be Photoshop, because you are seeing the bottom of the bottle. And these kind of little details can be value to your shot. And let me know what you think. I did another shot for Sephora. If you haven't watched the video, it's coming up after this shot. I did the shower gel as well, and Nike as well, so make sure you check them out. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to subscribe, support your photographer. Love you. Talk to you next time. Red photographers, guys. Peter here. Cheers. Today we're gonna go through the process, how I'm doing all of these stuffs. It's very messy, as you can see. I already did some sort of like a test shot here, which is already good. Just a little bit, my concept is to hang the bottle from here, as you can see in the photo here. And we are gonna have a flash back there behind her. Let me see if you can see it or not. Like that. I kind of set it low because I want that glow and that gradient light behind, as you can see in this photo. I have my camera right here, turn on and connected to the dummy battery, so I don't need to be worried about a battery. I'm using 2.8 200 millimeter lens, 70 to 200 millimeter 2.8 VR from Tamron, and I have one light right here with honeycomb inside for the labels, and the backlight is gonna give me that whiskey look of that bottle with like that red and yellow liquid right here. And then I am using some sort of lights like this, maybe you haven't seen ever. I use this kind of light, a little bit tricks. And then I have a snoot, Mr. Snoot right here, Godox continuous light. So I'm using two continuous light, one flash at the back, and this translucent 5-in-1 foldable whatever back there. And I'm gonna set the scene with this honeycomb right here. It's kind of similar to this honeycomb, and I have my fake eyes with my glass right here, and you definitely saw the final shot in the thumbnail, and I show on the video too. And I have the real honey right here because this whiskey is all about honey and bees. So I couldn't tether my camera to my laptop, unfortunately, because of the complexity of Lightroom and Canon EOS R. Even it doesn't work with EOS Utility 3. So Canon, please fix this fucking shit that everybody is just annoyed about, okay? But wirelessly, I am connected to EOS Utility 3. I can check everything, I can do whatever I want because it's a one-man show. I'm alone and doing this, all of this stuffs. And let's see, I'm gonna put the camera on time-lapse. Let's see how it's gonna be. All right, as I told you, I took a series of shots, glare, flare, a lot of stuffs, and I glued this guy back here like this. A lot of work behind this. It's like almost 6 hours that I am working on this. A lot of mess I made with the honey. Took a series of shots, and yeah, now it's time to compose right here. Put the honeycomb, which is here. This honeycomb will be there, and just roughly show you what's going on, the series of shots that I took, you know, with it's not this overexposed that you see right now, but I think I'm gonna put the actual photos for you. You see what I did? I turn off, turn on different type of lighting for every element because I'm gonna do a lot of post-production to stitch them up together, see what works. Honey driplets will be separate layer, you know. Maybe I do another tutorial about how to do it. Anyway, let's cut the crap, and I am gonna compose, and you will see another time lapse right here with the honeycomb, how we're gonna light the honeycomb.